Ladies and gentlemen, Champagne Carl. No, Kyle Farrell, everyone. Kyle Farrell.
Fuck you. So I got a job at Sancho's in the daytime. Which means I basically work at Koots, which is just what my drinking problem needed, is an employee discount. Like, you should all come, like, I'll make you good food in the day if you order pizza and burgers. I'll make you pizza and burgers if you don't call out during my set. But like, if you order something complicated, I'm gonna punch you in the dick. I mean it. I'll take a halibut, anything, it's right in your crush. I don't like the word crush. Let's give a big hand to the solstice. Shit! That's the only reason you would ever come here. And then everyone that lives here already knows that, like, the solstice just means that it's all downhill from here. It's only 6 months away into the saddest day ever, where you have so much time in darkness to think about cutting yourself. Do you think about it? I do it. Oh, it's wonderful. Well, the good thing about the solstice is it's finally getting hot, and like the girls dress like it's hot, and that's hot in itself. And like, I like to hang out with my friends at in town square, and we get to like watch the hot girls walk by, and we play this game when we hang out and check out hot girls, which we call it Hot or 14. And if they're 14, everyone wins. What a good system. No, I told my mom that joke and she hated it. She like didn't laugh at the right part, but you guys did, thank you. But she was like, I was like, hot or 14? She's like, and then what do you say? Thanks, Mom. And I was like, Mom, don't worry. It's not real. The joke isn't true. I don't have any friends. It's just me and my camera phone hanging out downtown. I'm taking upskirts. That's just for you. I don't know why. I moved to LA for a bit, and that was a huge mistake. LA is dirty. Don't ever live there. There was in my neighborhood, which was right next to Koreatown and right next to where like a little Mexico. It was like where people fought, like the Koreans fought the Mexicans with like, the Mexicans would fight with loud music and the Koreans would just fight with frowning. It was weird. But they did that, and like, I noticed there was a 3-story house on my block, and it had a 3rd-story balcony, and then my phone got a text. She heard it. Never mind. Anyway, there's a 3rd-story balcony with like you know, they could walk out onto it, but on the balcony, there was like a metal gate door on the door, and I was like, before you bought that, seriously, how many times did you get robbed by Spider-Man? How many times that happened? And that's stupid because he's not real, but I looked around and what's very real is every fucking pickup in my neighborhood has a ladder in the back. So that's practical at that point. It's very practical. What's not practical is expecting you to get a job in Los Angeles. I went down there with, you know, exaggerated expectations about getting a job because I have no skills. I thought it would work out well. I thought the joke would work out well, and it didn't. Matt Collins laughed because he was sad for me. He was like, yeah, I looked right at him. Well, thank you, sir. I finally gave it. I finally was like, you know what? I'll do the thing I never said I was going to do, and everyone said I would eventually do. Gay porn. I turned to gay porn to save me from poverty. But it turns out gay porn didn't want me. Because I'm not in shape, and I'm not like too far out of shape. So I'm like in this weird middle ground between a twink and a chub. And there's just no way to monetize never going to the gym and eating kind of healthy. It's really not a good route to go down. So when I got back, I did a lot of homeless things so I didn't have a place to live for a while. So I would go buy a coffee at Starbucks and just fucking stare at the waitress for like 3 hours. Until like, are you gonna use the bathroom? I'm like, never talk to me! I'd run. Or I would go to Barnes & Noble and pretend like I was gonna buy a book for like 4 hours, when really all I was doing was reading all the comic books and waiting to take a shit. And like, when it finally happened, I wandered into the bathroom at Barnes & Noble, and like, I didn't need the urinal. The stall was taken, and the handicap stall was all that was available, so I went in there, and there was piss all over the seat in the handicap stall. Which, I got another text. In a perfect world, there wouldn't be piss on the seat in the handicap stall, right? But then I realized in a perfect world, there wouldn't be handicapped people. That was forced. That didn't feel good, Matt. Why didn't you chuckle? One more. I got one more. So, have you ever gotten in a fight with your significant other because you finally revealed to them some weird shit that you wanted to do with them in bed? Like my girlfriend and I are like, what happened? Here's what happened. Like, my girlfriend, like, we sleep next to each other, and like sometimes she sleeps in just a nightie and no panties, which is awesome. But like, I finally told her, I'm like, sometimes when you do that, I just want to take this hand and spread your butt cheeks apart, and then I want to take this hand and just flick your butthole. And she's like, why the fuck would you want to do that? And I'm like, I want to just flick your butthole just to see if your mouth goes. And she's like, why? And I'm like, why do you go? I'm like, wake up, like, my mouth tastes like shit. And I'm like, that makes sense, right? And she's like, no, that doesn't make any sense. Like, she's way smarter than me, so she thought this all out. And she's like, if that made sense, I would fucking fart every time you punched me in the mouth. My